So hello students, we are back again with the next part of your chapter living and non-living things for class 3, and this is the third part. So today we will be discussing on how living things need a suitable place to live. So all living things need a suitable place to live. Like we all live in our house. So all living things need, like a coconut tree. If we take the example of coconut tree needs a warm region which is close to the sea, so they can grow there well. Again, apple trees, they grow well in the cold weather condition or cold regions. Then camels, they live in the desert, whereas if you talk about the cheetahs, they live in a open grassland, that is a forest which has open grassland. Again, in case of polar bear, then arctic fox, penguins, they can survive only in the cold polar region. So the living things need the suitable place to live according to their body features. So if you bring one camel from the desert and keep it in the cold polar region, it will not be able to survive. And if you take a polar bear and keep it in the desert, same thing will happen. So they are adjusted, the body is adjusted to live in the particular or the place which is suitable for them. Then similarly, if we are talking about non-living things do not need any suitable place to live. Like we can keep the chair you want to keep, you can keep it in any room, in your drawing room, in your bedroom you can keep it. Now next point is living things grow. So in case of trees, you will see the tree keeps on growing throughout their lifetime. Again, animals grow in size only during the early part of their life. The animals, birds, they grow in the size only in the early part of their life. That is when you see a child, a baby, you will see the first few years it will grow. But if you see a man or a woman, they have stopped growing. So it's said that animals grow in the early part of their life. Then non-living things like books, stone, toys, all these are non-living things and they do not grow. So the difference is living things grow whereas non-living things do not grow. The next point is living things produce young ones. That is, you will see the birds lay eggs, and when the eggs are hatched from there, the same type of bird develop. That is, if a hen lay egg, from that a chick will develop. Again, the like mammals, or they give birth to their young ones. Suppose in case of a female mouse will give birth to a baby mouse. So living things produce young ones. Now again, many plants they produce seeds, and from that seed, for example, like the mango seed, you take the mango seed, the mango plant produces the mango seed, and when you sow that seed into the soil, from that seed again one mango tree will develop. So new plants also grows from seeds. So this is how plants, then birds and animals produce their young ones, but non-living things cannot produce their young ones. The next point is living things respond to stimuli. Living things respond to stimuli. So what is stimuli? Anything that causes a response in the living thing is called the stimulus. So suppose I got pinched, so I feel the pain and I will make some sound. So this is I'm showing the stimulus. So anything that causes a response in the living things is a stimulus. The sunlight, for example, is a stimulus that makes the leaves of certain plants open. You will see certain plants if you take the example of the certain flowers, they will not bloom in the morning, but until and unless they get the sunlight, then only they will bloom. So this flowers shows stimulus towards the sunlight. Again, the opening and closing of the leaves, the touch me not leaf, the opening and closing of the leaves also shows response to stimulus. Again, the smell of the sugar, you will see if some sweet things are fallen onto the ground, you will see, after some time you will see some ants there. So the smell of the sugar is the stimulus, and the movement of the ant towards the sugar is the response. So all living things respond to stimulus, but non-living things do not respond to stimulus. Then the last part of your chapter, that is living things die. So all living things give birth, then the baby grows and age will grow, then it grows, becomes old, and it dies. So the lifespan of living things depend on the kind of living thing it is. So the lifespan, that is how long the living thing will live, that will depend on its kind. Trees, for example, lives for many years, while herbs lives for only few months. Whereas in case of non-living things, we will find that they don't have a lifespan. Okay, so living things die, that is they have a lifespan which depends on the kind of living thing it is, whereas non-living things do not have a lifespan. So with this we have concluded this chapter, living things and non-living things. So these are your questions.